Yeah, it means a hell of a lot. I think that as a young kid, I think every young kid that sets out on a journey playing professional cricket wants to try and play 100 Test matches. And I think you look back to 2012 when I made my debut at Lords. Then 12 years later, if you'd have said that you're going to be playing 100 Test matches, you'd snap your hand off for one, but also be pinching yourself as well.
Are you doing anything with the team to mark it tonight or tomorrow or throughout the week?
Not that I know of. There might be a surprise barbecue. No, I'm joking. There might be something that's organised. To be honest with you, I don't know. And it's something that, look, it's a special week for me, like it was a special week for Ben a few weeks ago.
Who else from the UK? Yep. Nick, do you want to toss the mic down to... Well, the mic going across. Nick Holt, go ahead, please.
Go on, Jonny. You have 99 games. Can you pick out your three best memories or performances?
It's difficult just to pick. You go back to certain ones, some of which people won't necessarily remember from, not necessarily milestones, but probably one of my favourite games when we didn't get over the line was the game at Lords when unfortunately we didn't win that. It was I think it was Strauss's last game, which was incredible to be a part of his last game, and to play against that South African team at the Pomp was a special team to play against. I think the Cape Town 100 in 2016 was a special time again. For the family and myself and everyone. And then I think, maybe not the first one, I don't know. It's difficult when you put on the spot. It teeters between Trent Bridge against New Zealand and then the Test match at Edgbaston against India. That summer I think it's difficult to go beyond that summer. I think that they were pretty special Test matches in the way that the group came together and the way in which everyone bought into a style of playing cricket that the world started speaking about.
We'll go Will McPherson, please.
Jonny, you've spoken a bit about, you mentioned your family there. I think they've all arrived in Dharamsala now. Is the kind of occasion and the moment for your family becoming real a little bit, if you see what I mean?
Oh, look, it's great to have them out here. It's an amazing place for them to come. They've come to some pretty cool places along the way as well. But yeah, it's fantastic to have some family and some friends out in such a magnificent place, some of which haven't been to India previously. So yeah, it's a special occasion for everyone that's been along the journey, from the guys at Yorkshire on the academy all the way through to Baz and the guys here. Everyone's had an input along the way. Some better than others, but at the same time, you have to pick the good bits out of each part, which equally adds to the jigsaw at the end of the puzzle.
You're quite an emotional guy. Are you expecting a few tears at some stage this week? Is it all going to flow out during the anthem or something like that?
Well, we're not doing anthems, so that's a good thing. Look, it is going to be an emotional week, absolutely. I'm very proud. You know what I'm like. I'm an emotional kind of guy, so at some point, get the tears ready, the tissues even.
Any more from the English media pack? Can't see around the corner. Ali, no. Okay, we'll move on then. Gentleman at the front here, and this gentleman here. So if you can move the mic to the front, please. Thank you.
Hi, Jonny. First, congrats on the milestone. Just wanted to ask about how you're feeling today in the nets, with the songs that are going on. We've been watching you for the past few games and it seemed like we're a lot more in the zone today with the way you were batting. In general, how are you feeling with your batting going into this particular match and the stint today?
I've probably batted the worst I've batted the whole trip today. So I don't know which nets you were watching, but the nets weren't the best, but at the same time, I felt good the whole series. I haven't necessarily got the runs that I've wanted to get. A couple of good balls and what have you. A couple of bad decisions, but that comes part and parcel of playing cricket in India. That's allowed to happen. The whole trip from Abu Dhabi to right now, I've been really happy with how I've been moving and batting in the nets. So yeah, I've been in the zone every game that we've set out to play. There's not been a single one where my preparation's been any different to what it will be for this week.
Gentleman here, please.
Hi Johnny, congrats first of all. Conditions here in Dharamsala are very favorable for England team. How would you like to use these favorable conditions for your team's last match?
Look, I think they're favourable for both teams. I don't think there's one side that it favours either way, to be quite honest with you. You look at the seam attack that India have as well, if that's what you're alluding to, and the world-class seamers that they've got along with the spinners. I think it's going to be a great game. Yeah, who knows? The pitch it's a used pitch from the Ranji Trophy last month. So we'll see how that plays out. I'm sure you'll be able to dig the stats up on that. But yeah, it looks a really nice wicket, and the weather in which they've had, the ground staff have done an amazing job to produce a pitch like that. Obviously, there's been some interesting times, I'm sure, with the outfield after the World Cup and the hard work that's gone into that. So yeah, we're looking forward to a really fantastic game.